At one point, Rahul Gandhi, who's the most prominent figure in the opposition Congress Party, stood up and gave a speech questioning all of Adani's foreign deals.
This is sort of the flip side of the issue here. You do have that investment story, the investment thesis, but the real issue comes to when you look at the collateral web for companies in the Adani Group, because this presents the real headache for any sort of ESG investor out there. Norway's largest pension fund, this is KLP. It's probably a good example of this because it was recently forced to dump its entire holding of shares in Adani Green Energy.
The thing is, it later came to light that Adani was using their green energy stocks as collateral for loans for their coal and iron ore operations in Australia.
So Gautam Adani, like Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, is from Gujarat.
He's a first-generation businessman, comes from a community of entrepreneurs.
He started off running his own business, then over a period of time got into exports.
And from then it's been this almost non-stop expansion.
Well, I met him in some industry forums. He came across as a very focused entrepreneur.
Is the man who, more than anyone else, has risen both in fame and reputation during the Modi years.
There does seem to be a very, very nice parallel between the rise of Narendra Modi and the rise of Gautam Adani. And the rumors that he's close to them are not new rumors. They've been around for 20 years.
Gautam Adani and Narendra Modi have a relationship that one could describe as symbiotic. Adani's rise in business has coincided with Modi's rise in politics. First in Gujarat, where Modi was chief minister at the same time that Adani was rising in business. And then from 2014, when Modi took power as prime minister, Adani's rise was, if anything, even more stellar. Story of the world's third richest man being cut down to size by a short seller group on the other side of the world.
An industrialist who has been favored by Mr. Modi.
The Adani scandal is a wake-up call to the Indian government that we need a complete overhaul of our regulatory system.
This crony capitalism has developed because these businessmen play such a key role in building out infrastructure.
Gautam Adani, chairman of the Indian conglomerate Adani Group. He was the third richest person on the planet, briefly touching second place. And yet, his rise to the top has been accused of being built on a grand deception. It's being dubbed the greatest corporate con of all time. That's the claim of Hindenburg Research.
It's his closeness to the government that got him these contracts. The ports to some extent, but the airports for sure.
I was in Delhi and Adani had just won the right to operate 6 airports. All of a sudden, out of the blue, this guy was not known as an airport operator, and yet he just came in and won this massive bid.
Is a no. You're full of shit today.